What do all these warriors have in common? They all have chain weapons. But how good are chains? Today, we put them to the test. And we even make our own custom chain weapon. If you guys didn't see our complete Akedo Series 2 tournament, then you might want to go watch it first and come back because there's going to be spoilers. Okay, here we go. In our Series 2 tournament, the 3 chain fighters, Queen Shiver, Wild Tide, and Epic Chux did such an awesome job that it really got me thinking. Are chains the new meta? Here are the stats. The chain fighters had a combined record of 9 wins and 2 losses. One of those losses came to another chain fighter. And as you know, if you watch the tournament, Epic Chux, who is a chain fighter, won. Was it a fluke? Today, we are going to find out by testing out every single chain weapon warrior against all the giants, starting with Scratchatron. Besides a draw against Flyswat, he just went undefeated against everybody. After seeing that display of dominance, I decided to do some research so I could better understand why some chain weapons are good and others are so horrible. I started by measuring the length and width of all 11 chain weapons. When it comes to weapon width, Tearbear, White Wraith, and Wild Tide were on top. And for weapon length, Epic Chux and Chux Lee were unmatched. That does explain a few things, but I wanted to see more battles. Next, we have Tonk taking on the Chain Warriors, and he struggles in the beginning, falling to Chux Lee and Flyswat, including a draw with Dark Sting. But he recovers, crushing everybody else. Now let's weigh the weapons, because if you've seen our Eddie's World Warrior, whose weapon is literally a marble, you'll know that weight matters. No one even comes close to Wild Tide, and look at Burnout and White Wraith on the lower end of the spectrum. Back to the battle testing. We have chain weapons versus Drillborg. His 4 arms make him an extremely dangerous opponent, and he only loses once to Epic Chux with a draw against Wild Tide. Now I'm going to attempt to make a more effective chain weapon, but it can't be longer than Epic Chux or wider than White Wraith's, and it must not exceed the weight of Wild Tide's weapon. I'll also be starting with White Wraith because his weapon is probably the worst in the game. Let's fabricate this bad boy from scratch using a 3D pen. I just need to make 2 large triangles and 6 half triangles. The 2 large triangles will be glued together sandwich style, and the 6 smaller half triangles will be glued at 90 and 45 degree angles. And this is what it looks like all glued together. Now I have to start taking off some material because it's way too heavy. And now for the weight test. Wild Tide was the heaviest at 2.256 grams. And our new weapon is way over, so I have to go grind more off. Okay, I drilled a large hole through the top and bottom of this thing, and I took off a lot of material. So let's see if we made the weight. We're at 2.267, which puts us 0.011 grams over, and I think I'm gonna let it go. I'll glue this all together while making sure I don't exceed the length of Epic Chux' weapon. Now for the paint. And while I'm painting this, let's watch the Chain Warriors battle the final giant, Alpha Wolf. Alpha Wolf is a beast. He only lost to Storm Strike with no draws. I'm finally done painting our new chain weapon, and I think it came out pretty awesome considering we made it from scratch and stayed within the guidelines of fairness. It looks good, but does it work? Let's find out by testing him against the giants. I definitely have to say mission accomplished today, everyone. We have a way better understanding of why some chain weapons are good and why some are so bad. We even made our own chain weapon that made White Wraith a legitimate contender. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you liked the video, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you don't miss any of the action, and we will see you in the next video.